say, but in this short little time. But I first met Barry when I was about 18 years old, when I was playing for Eastern Suburbs, and so was he. And I said to a couple of people later, I said, you know, that Barry McDonald, he's really quite a nice guy, you know. I said, but he's so old. Those years shrink with the passage of time. And so we played together next year with Jim Boyce and some others that might be here. And we were making the semi-finals, believe it or not, with Eastern Suburbs. And then Barry suddenly decided he had to go to England to chase Irina, which I'm sure is here somewhere. There she is. And and another person left too, by the way. But anyway, so the next thing is we get a telegram from Perth. He hopped on a boat. In those days, people used to go by boat, not plane. And he had got this telegram from Perth, and it said 2 words: send money. Which was duly done, because he topped on, he had no money. All he could do was just pay for the fare on the boat, and he had no money at all. And anyway, he went to England and rescued Irina, although she mightn't call it a rescue. But in any event, she rescued Irina, and they had a good time in England and whatever. And then they did the reversed kangaroo route. They came back, hitchhiked through France and Europe and down into Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan, then India, and then Barry stowed away on a boat back to Australia. He only had enough money for one ticket. So Barry used to, he told one of the pursers on their level, he said he was having a bit of a fling with one of them. When he came from level 8, and they were on level 6 or whatever, and he said they're just having a bit of a fling. So shh, don't say any word. So the purser thought he was actually a passenger on the plane, on the boat. And so they made their way to Perth, and for some reason they were let off the boat. I'm not quite sure. I don't think people were that vigilant in those days. And then they hitchhiked back across the Nullarbor plain to Sydney. And of course, that took about 9 or 12 months, the whole trip. But to speak to Barry afterwards and over the ensuing years, you could have sworn he'd been overseas for 5 years. And he had so many stories. Now, there are a huge number of stories, but as a doctor, I just might stick to the fact that Barry, unfortunately, did have a lot of phobias. He was phobic about almost everything. In fact, I can't think of anything he didn't have a phobia about. And I looked it up in the dictionary. I thought there must be a word for this, you know. And there is. It's called phobophobia. And Barry definitely had phobophobia, and which manifested itself in many ways. So I'll give you one example. I always remember this. He was with Sandy Goodman, ostentatious, and they had to go up to Brisbane for a gig. And of course Barry refused to fly up, and he hired a car and up they went, and Sandy flew up, and they did the gig, and he came back. Now before he left, of course, he didn't have a driving licence. So, and he was talking to this friend of his that he didn't have a driving licence, and the friend said, look, he said, I'm actually going to live in Perth next week. I'm going to Perth to live for 2 or 3 years. Here, take my licence, you can have my licence. Well, Barry said, oh, thanks very much. So he took his licence and off he drove up there, and then on the way back, he got picked up for speeding in a little 1-horse town. And the cop says, show me your licence. So Barry hands out this other guy's licence. And the cop looks at it and he said, your name's John Smith, is that correct? Yeah, yes, that's what I know. He said, I'll just go and check it on the computer. And he goes and checks it on the computer in the patrol car, and he comes back, he looks at Barry, and Barry's looking up and he says, you're under arrest. I said, under arrest? What for? He said, you've got $5,000 worth of unpaid fine. Barry at this stage, well, it's a bit late to say, oh, I'm not that person, and I don't have a licence. So Barry, having no money, he said, well, in those days you could actually work off a fine by going to jail. So Barry says, I'll tell you what I'll do. He said, I'll work off the fine, I'll go to jail. And they've stopped doing that now because some young kid, I remember years ago, got almost murdered out in Long Jail doing that. They stopped people doing it. So the cop takes them to this little one horse town, and there's the police station, and down at the end of a paddock is a cell, a convict cell basically, from the 19th century. So he says, hop in there. So Barry gets in there, and of course he's very claustrophobic and agoraphobic. And Barry says, you can't leave me here unattended. He said, that's illegal. And the cop thinks, yeah, that probably is illegal. He said, look, he said, okay, you can come and live with me on the farm for 4 days and work your way off the farm. So he goes out to the guy's farm, he meets the wife and 3 or 4 children. And of course, with Barry's charm, within a day, they're firm friends. And old Barry, they're all calling each other by first name, and he's working the property. And of course, then he realised, Barry realised, he said, well, this is sort of slave prison, He said, that's illegal. So Barry decided, he says to the cop, I said, I think I'll be off tomorrow. And of course the cop realised the implication. He said, yes, okay, you can go. So the next day, all the family are out there, sort of waiting goodbye, the wife and 3 kids and the cop. See you, Barry, come and visit us at any time. That's the sort of guy he was. That's the sort of guy Barry was. He had the most wonderful charm. And the other thing about him was he was a very interesting person too. When he actually, in young adult life, he hardly read. When I first met him, he hardly read anything, But within 10 years, he'd become a really big reader, And he read all his life, and he was always a very curious and knowledgeable person. And so I actually remember when, in the early days when he didn't read, he showed me this advertisement in the paper, and it was for a library set of books, leather, gold embossed book. And he said, and it said down the bottom, no obligation to buy, 30-day free trial. He said, I think I'll get it. So the next thing, a truck arrives, about 100 volumes of all these books arrive. He puts them in the shelf. And I said, we're going to start reading them? And he went, oh, don't you worry about that. Anyway, so I tore out the advertisement, and where it said no obligation to buy, I crossed out buy, and it said, and I sent it to him, and it said no obligation to read, which he didn't particularly appreciate. But he was interested in all sorts of intellectual things, including chess and bridge in particular. And I do actually, one more story I'll tell. We were having intermediate bridge lessons with Ron Klinger, who was one of Australia's great bridge players, and some of the people here were at that little gathering. And of course, Ron was a very nice guy, and we all got on with him very well, mainly through probably Barry. And he used to come up to us after each night and say, now look, and give us advice. And he said to me one night, he said, now look, Paul, he said, your Blackwood conventions are a bit weak, mate. You don't really know when to use them, et cetera, probably. So I want you to go home and look them up for the next week and be prepared. And I said, oh, thanks, Ron. And then he turns to Barry and he said, Barry? I said, yes. He said, what I want you to do is when you get up in the morning, I want you to look into the mirror and say, no bid. No bid. At least 20 times. I said, oh, thanks, Ron. But Barry never learned that lesson. He always played bridge on hunches. If he had an ace and a king, he'd double it straight away. And sometimes his hunches were right. Anyway, at the end of the 6 weeks, we had these lessons, and we were saying goodbye to Ron, and we had a lot of fun with him actually. And he came up and he said, well, we really enjoyed you guys the last 6 weeks. And he says to Barry, Barry, he said, I'd like you to promise me to do one. Would you do me a big favour? I'd like you to promise this. I said, yeah, sure. What do you want me to promise this? I want you to promise that you never took lessons off Ron Klinger. and And Barry said, oh, okay, Ron, okay, I'll do that for you. And so I'm sitting beside Barry, and I turned to Barry and I said, and Barry, I want you to promise me one thing too. And he said, what's that, Paul? And I said, I want you to promise you'll never tell anyone you taught me to play bridge. And anyway, look, I think a lot of time's up. He was as you know, he was a wonderful fellow. He was always very interesting, and he was always non-judgmental. He got on with everyone. He did have his weak points, which I won't go into now. But anyway, he's a most loved person, and I've been missing him for the last 6 months in a way, and I've been missing him dearly. Thank you very much.